push start streaming, but my laptop didn't acknowledge it.
Oh, okay.
Now we are streaming. We are live.
Well, because it's got the picture. Okay, she's holding onto the poodle. You know how like you'll hold on.
Now we are not
we
live
have a
because
bad
the
echo.
There. Turn that stupid ass echo off. Anyway, she's holding onto the poodle, the front paws of the poodle, like she's dancing with it, which is cool. Okay. And the caption on the bottom says, "Navigating pregnancy as a grooming professional. Fine, cool, dandy." But the top says "scissoring for two," and I was like, not what I think of as scissoring, but okay. Especially during
Always
Pride.
run your memes by a 14-year-old. Just.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Because some of them, not just memes, but fonts.
Yes.
Because some of the fonts I've seen are like, oh, that's a choice.
Yeah, so you can make the fonts boobs, and all that stuff as well too. And I think like also like you gotta like make sure like really run by like what is your like organization's names, because you can unfortunately create an organization that's like name is clit.
Also,
Or
your
acronym is
website.
clit. Yes.
Your website's URL, because John Therapist, or Penn Island.
Right.
It's and now like scenes from like okay it's a little okay inside joke for everyone as well too. No, oh wait, okay, I mentioned how like I should get my own avatar so that like John Brockman and Siobhan are not the only avatar people on this call or something like that, and so like John Brockman just disabled my like webcam, which is like maybe for the better actually, because like Siobhan and John can like speak to this. My webcam is actually acting up as well too, so that's why I'm in state for today as well too.
And then also, as far as the names and the fonts thing goes, I mean, if your last name is Towers or Thompson or whatever, you don't want the House of Thompson, because then it's THOT.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no problem with being called one, but some people might.
And also it's like now like Celebrity Jeopardy from like Saturday Night Live is playing my half. I'll take the rapist for 300. That's therapists.
Yeah, exactly. That one and Black Jeopardy were my two favorites.
Oh, Black Jeopardy was pretty awesome.
Yeah. And sorry everyone, I have my window open because it's fucking summer already as well too. And actually according to Economicon, that like the beginning of June was like, hello George R.B. The beginning of June was actually the start of like astropherical like summer, so like weather-wise summer as well too. Which you know what, beginning of June mean like weather-wise summer instead of like the solstice being on the 21st as well with that, or whenever the solstice actually happens as it's a astronomical event. That makes sense. Yes. Summer begins in June. I think we can all agree on that, right?
Well, that's actually technically midsummer.
True.
Yes, summer begins in June, but
I mean, the thing is, though, it's just like heating up the
June.
kettle. It takes time.
Maybe 40 years ago it began in June. Now it begins in like early May.
Yep.
Yeah, depending where you live.
depending on where you live, because
Even up here in Michigan.
here in South Dakota, it is not summer yet. It seems like it's still late spring.
Yeah, but it's like 9,000 degrees out there already sometimes. So
I've been to Michigan in the summer. Yes, it gets muggy in Michigan in the summer.
Well, I didn't know this until, I don't know, a few months back, but I happened to look it up because I knew that, I think Wisconsin is called the land of 10,000 lakes.
Yep.
So I was curious. I'm like, how many? Because I know we have a lot. How many does Michigan have? 11,000 and something.
Oh, yeah. Michigan has a lot of lakes, yeah.
But, some of those lakes are like, 2 acres of big, so.
Oh, yeah. Very small private lakes as well, too. My aunt, my dad's younger sister, lives on, like, a house that, like, has a lake. It's, like, fully enclosed as a private lake out there. So it's extremely nice. And I'm thinking it's, like, their price for that house is very reasonable. Here in like Washington State, this was years ago, it would have been $500,000. Now it's probably like $750 because like a house with a lake or a waterfront is well too. It's premium price in like the Pacific Northwest. And we live on the water too, but we don't have like a billion lakes as well too. So how is everyone doing? How was everyone's like Juneteenth?
Doing fine.
My Juneteenth was uneventful.
I knew that there was something. Sorry.
I had to, let's see, what did I have to do? Oh, I had to get my groceries because got a potluck coming up on Monday at work. And so I decided I'm bringing chips because it's really easy to transport a bunch of chips between my apartment and navigate the bus with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because I thought about doing it like something like maybe a casserole and do like a macaroni and cheese casserole, like make it super cheesy, which sounded really appealing to me. But I didn't want to carry it on the bus.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I didn't do it. Instead, I got a bunch of chips.
I didn't think of it until just now, but I guess I don't know if this would have helped or not. Getting one of those cheapy foil pans to make it in.
Oh, I had that. I had the like setup where I could have done it. It was just a matter of
carrying the fucking
my good knee is currently a bum knee.
Good point. Good point.
And I didn't want to like navigate with, especially if it's hot. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I didn't have anybody who could pick me up from home and take me to work. So,
as far as Juneteenth goes, I am having a lot of fun on the pages of some of the Black content creators that I follow on various social media, especially Facebook, but a few others, roasting the trolls because they got to come in and spread a bunch of horse crap. In addition to the whole, I'm so tired of this. Wow. Instead of Pride Month, why do we have Veterans Month? Why don't you actually know what the hell you're talking about? But anyway, so June is also...
We're celebrating this day. We the Blacks already have like a whole history month.
Yeah, June is also Black Music Month and Black Lives Matter Month.
And also April is like Black Women's Month as well,
all lives matter.
Shut up, you.
You know what I'm gonna say, John.
It's also Indigenous History Month.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
Learn whose land you are on as well too. I do know. I should honestly research this more. I know I'm on the Dumash land, but several different tribes can because the indigenous people, they don't draw lines in the sands. So it's where I could be. Several different indigenous groups getting kind of claimed yeah, you're with this group as well and that, but they seem to get along. It's actually a whole conglomerate of many different tribes that just kind of form a syndicate or alliance as well too, up and down the entire west coast as well too, because yeah, you can informally just do that. We're just all part of this one giant group. It's just kind of like a club as well too.
Well, if you take a look at, for example, Bear Butte, which is really close to Sturgis here. It's just outside of Sturgis. Bear Butte was used by Lakota, Dakota, Nakota, Cheyenne, Arapaho. Let's see, who else used it? The Cree sometimes came down and used it. The butte itself is a sacred butte to a lot of different tribes. Right. And so they use it. And basically, Lakota people have taken the responsibility of keeping the place up. But a lot of different tribes come and use the ceremonial areas.
There you go again, Joey, naming all these other nations, because isn't it just Cherokee and nothing else? I'm so sick of that shit. Oh, my God. And I'm white and I'm sick of that shit.
You can't forget the 7 civilized tribes.
Right. My grandmother was my great-great-grandmother was one half Cherokee princess. Okay, Sparkles.
And it's always a princess. I'm so tired of that too. We didn't
Right.
have any royalty. There was no such thing. Like, well, what did you call the chief's daughter? The chief's daughter?
Or her name.
Just like you called the chief's son the chief's son?
Right.
Like, it doesn't, it's not a hierarchical thing.
What? You mean everything isn't like, you mean everything isn't like white European colonizers?
I mean, oftentimes you'll see a chieftainship pass through different generations of the same family because you grow up the son or daughter of a chief and you kind of get the hang of what it means to lead. And people are like, you know what? We're going to follow you too. But it's the people ultimately who decide who they're going to follow, not some arbitrary birth of right. You know,
you're the king. Well, I didn't vote for you. But they have to. It's kind of like that. No. It's like, hey, correct me if I'm wrong, Joey, because like chief is kind of like now like you'll do this because I say so. It's more like, okay, here's what I would do in this situation. It's more of an advisory position, kind of, right?
Right. A chieftainship just basically means that the people trust you to do something. Mm-hmm. And it could be a war chief, it could be a political chief, it could be a spiritual chief. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to lead. And you don't, like, the ruling body of Lakota-dom is...
Don't call them dumb.
A big conglomerate of our traditional elders. And they're called the Gray Eagle Society. And they're the ones who actually meet. And the only prerequisite that you need to have is you've got to be raised traditionally, not Christian in the Christian faith, but in the old traditions. And you have to be aged. And you're in. You're part of the Gray Eagle Society. And you become part of the ruling body. And it's all these elders who get together and have a meeting. And they decide what's going to happen for the Lakota people going forward. And there's traditional ways that you're supposed to operate as an elder. And one of the ways is thinking 7 generations ahead. Nothing in this world is ours. It's all borrowed. It's borrowed from the 7th generation ahead of you. And so, like, that's the kind of mindset you're supposed to keep while you're making decisions for the people. So, I mean, it was a good way to rule people, you know, because people don't really need to be ruled per se. Mm-hmm. They just need to be guided.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And like this is kind of like arguments I get with like people all the time as like anarchist. I just like say like, well, okay, why does it need to be a boss? In many situations, why there has to be a boss too. And even sometimes maybe you can get people to admit it's like, no, I don't need someone to tell me what to do and so like that. Some people do say they need that, but that's specifically for their autism as well too. They just like lose track of focus and like lose like motivation, and it's just like they'll end up doing nothing. So they'll need some, but it's more or less of guidance that will need just put you in this direction as well too. Hey, you're good at doing this, do that as well too. But like but like. People are just like, no, I don't know. They someone to like rule and stuff like that, but we need someone to control all the other people that are out there. And like because like
what happens without laws?
But that goes back to like
it's gonna be chaos.
But that's like sounds like a similar argument to like the fundamentalist Christians. Like, if God's not going to strike me down and like send me to hell, then like what's going to stop anyone from like raping and murder as much as they can? That says more about you than it says
like it's the same freaking argument.
Trying to remember who said it, but someone said I do that as much as I can.
Zero.
Penn and Teller.
Oh yeah, it was Penn and Teller. I remember
Penn Gillette. and it's yeah, and then and Penjot says like that says more about like you than it says about me. If you need a like overpowering god to like smite
For
you down, if
fucking
you
reals, like
Mm-hmm. I
If
commit
you
all the rape I want, and it's 0.
need an external force to tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it, how to live your life, what to eat, who to have intimacy with, who to live your life with, how to raise your children,
Mhm.
and you're doing that under the threat of eternal damnation, you're not religious, you're not moral, you're just obedient.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I heard on the bus. So like, listen, I just believe in the God because I don't want to go to hell. It's just like, yeah, the believing in something because out of fear of like eternal damnation, I don't think it's the best reason to be a Christian, honestly, if you ask me. That this is coming from an ex-Catholic though, so take that for what you will.
that's the
As a
same reason that people pay mobsters.
oh yes. Fine business you have here. Should be ashamed if something happens to it. And like, let me say this: Tavi Wolf has said this. The Democratic Party is a protection racket. They'll say, "Vote for us," because like, if you don't vote for us, then we won't be there to prevent the bad stuff from happening. They never prevent the bad stuff from happening though. Like Roe v. Wade got overturned.
Yep.
Or it's a whole when someone who's not a Democrat and not a Republican asks the Democrats, well, why can't you nominate somebody who's not crappy? Oh, you want Trump to win then?
Yeah.
Right?
Or
Every fucking time.
is I bring up my instances of like either Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or whoever it's one like that, or who's the Democratic nominee of the month as well too. And it's just like, is Trump better? And it's like, why are you deflecting my criticisms of the Democrats with like, look at the other people? And I'll say this, and I'll say this like on air, and I say this publicly. I said it on my socials before. It's like, the establishment Democrats, the leaders of the Democratic Party, as well do. Let me say that not all Democrats, hashtag not all, but the establishment Democrats, the leaders of the Democratic Party, they want a Trump or like a fascist party
Yep.
to be their opposition party because they don't have to change their policies whatsoever and can just run on. We're not the other guys, except it didn't work in 2024. It
Nope.
worked. It worked well enough in 2020 because of the pandemic and because that whole year, and like we were tired of Trump by that point as well too. But it didn't work in 2024.
And you're disenfranchising a whole generation of voters with that kind of thinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember,
Like,
when I was doing my show on a regular basis, so this was probably a year or so ago, I was talking about, I did one show just lambasting the Republicans. And then I said at the end of it, if you think that I'm a Democrat, wait till next week. And then I did the same for Democrats. One of the things I mentioned was the fact that Nancy Pelosi, it was Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, I believe Chuck Schumer, and there were 2 others, with 5 Democrats who were serving at the time, 5 Democrats in Congress had a total of 207 years in Congress between the 5 of them. And that's not counting the people, because they had 50 or more years. And that's not counting the people who had 45 years, who had 40 years, who had 30 years, or whatever. Okay. Now, of course, on the Republican side, the top 5 had something like 310 or whatever it was. But, of course, they run zombies. But then, look at Dianne Feinstein. She wasn't nothing but a zombie.
Yep.
We had like 5 like Congress people like died in office like this past year alone. So it's just like
I want to say that there were 2 of them, and I want to say, I could be wrong, I want to say, excuse me, one was Republican and one was Democrat, but there were 2 politicians, and they were either national House representatives, like Marjorie Taylor Greene or whoever, Jasmine Crockett, whoever, like disappeared, and they would so-called vote from home or whatever, and then one of them was found living in an assisted living facility with dementia. Because you got to keep that power.
yeah, and
They're there only to pull votes away from the Republicans, and they allow a little. Excuse me. They do allow from any other party, whether it's libertarian, and I don't like libertarians, but whether it's libertarian, whatever, um, it's kind of like what George Carlin said. The rich have like almost all of the wealth,
Mhm.
class do all of the work, and the poor are there just to scare the shit out of the middle class.
Yep. Well, I mean, the poor do a hell of a lot of work too.
Oh,
Takes
yeah.
a lot of work to be alive in poverty.
Take 5,000 of the top CEOs in the country, from Lone Scum on down. Okay, not just Lone Scum. People focus on Lone Scum and Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett and whoever, but take 5,000 of them and send them away for a week to an island, and not upstate, to an island. Okay, no phones, no contact, no nothing. Okay, they can have whatever they want on that island,
Except for children.
except for children. And so, you know, a lot of Republicans and some Democrats won't be there. But what happens to the country? Nothing. Now, take the bottom 20% of workers in America and have them take 3 days off total, the entire economy would collapse.
No, you don't even have to take 20%. Just take away the garbage collectors.
Yeah.
Garbage collectors and hospital
Bus drivers, teachers, nurses, any one of those groups, society collapses.
Gas station attendants, you know, Walmart workers, whatever. Yeah.
Janitors.
A day without a Mexican.
I mean, and that's a good point too. So, but also it's like McDonald's can function totally fine without a CEO currently as well too. But McDonald's
It cannot
cannot
function
function.
without the guys flipping burgers.
Nope, it
Well,
cannot
shit,
function at all.
We function at McDonald's that I work at. We function every day just fine without the owner. The owner only shows up when corporate shows up. And then he shows up and he's all smiles and jovial and he wants to know our names.
Whatever.
Does he really?
And it's like, you don't fucking work here? Like, how dare you take the laurels from our fucking manager? Our fucking manager, the actual person who works the most there, is the manager who puts her time in no matter what. She'll work the cleaning shit, she's mopping, she's wiping shit down.
And that's
She's
rare.
not-
too.
You know, like
yeah, that
she's
is rare.
not one of those people who goes, "Oh, you do this and you do that and you do this."
There's a- his name is Scott Seiss, and he got his start he started working for IKEA, and then they put him in the back room eventually to like customer service rep or whatever. Okay, and he was in the meantime doing comedy, and he's absolutely hilarious. Most of his stuff is kind of based on things you want to say to the customer, but you won't because you know you're going to get fired.
Right?
And things like can you
like, you're so stupid.
take a look in the back? No, there's nothing in the back. What do you think we got back there? Santa's workshop?
Right?
What was there was another one. There was you're gonna close in 5 minutes? Well, I'll be quick. At what? How to piss me off? Walmart did it a few years ago. I can't believe you're working Thanksgiving. I can't believe you're here making me work Thanksgiving, shopping. You should be home.
I did get to say, "Sir, this is a McDonald's" one time.
There you go.
He came through the drive-thru. This guy comes through the drive-thru, right? And I answer, "How can I take your order?" And he says, "I'll have a Whopper Junior combo." And I'm like, I just started chuckling, and I'm like, "Sir, this is a McDonald's." And he's like, oh yeah, I'm at a McDonald's. Okay.
He was stoned.
That would be my guess. Well, so I worked at a gas station, and people yelled at me for the gas prices. Well, too. And imagine me being a gas station attendant now with gas prices close to $6. Well, too. But where was going? I had the thoughts.
With me because the fucking milkshake is $4.49 before taxes, and I'm just like,
I had
take
to
it up with
smile,
the
dog.
owner.
Yes.
Take it up with Trump.
Yeah. No, like you used to talk about your manager that actually works at the McDonald's and actually like cleans to do the other things that like the other workers also do as well too. It reminds me of my oldest brother's like first job. Then when he was in high school, he worked at a movie theater. He was like, "Oh man, I feel a little sick and like I got a cold, like the itchy back of the throat as well too. I think I'm going to a bit of a cough. I think I'm gonna call into work and like just like take today off." So then he calls into work and then he hears, "Hello," and it's like the person from the Crypt Keeper? No, it's his manager. It's like, what, Jules? It's like, yes. I'm just gonna be a little late for work as well too. That's okay. Just make sure you get here as well. You do, because like,
I wonder
she was
how he got
definitely
sick.
ill.
Yeah, right.
It's so
Because
like
it's the people who show up to work sick that get everybody else sick.
Yep.
it's maybe the reason that like she has to be there so the managers be there in case you know the Karens who's like, I want to speak to the manager. There has to be a manager on duty for like that situation. So maybe that's why she was definitely ill and like working as well too, which is like no. You should like stay home and like just like with like one day without the manager, if everyone else like knows what they're doing, or like assistant managers or their leads as well, that like one day can be fine as well too. It just especially if like someone's like ill as well as that. So it's like, come on, be
Yeah,
responsible, man.
like that's what at work, when people say that they're ill and they're at work telling me about this, I'm like sitting there having to bite my fucking tongue because I want to like lecture them like some kind of parent.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it is
Like
Father's Day.
just lecture them. You don't need to be at work when you're gonna get everybody else sick. That's how everybody gets sick.
And also, it's also McDonald's. You're preparing other people's foods too.
Yep.
Exactly.
Of course, at
Like-
the same time, a lot of people can't afford to not go to work.
There's that.
I know,
problem, too.
right? Like there's that too, that because that's usually what's going on is people are like either one of two things has happened. Either they can't afford to take the day off, or
Or they're
the
not allowed.
store can't afford to have them
Mhm.
take the day off.
Yeah,
Like,
Have you
they
ever heard
need
of
that
Typhoid Mary?
worker.
Typhoid Mary?
Was a real person. She she was asymptomatic as a typhoid carrier, and she worked as a cook. And so she would work as a cook at this rich people's house, and then a lot of people would get sick and die, and then she would move on to work at another house. And eventually, the doctors were trying to track this down, trying to find out what the fuck was going on. They realized that she was an asymptomatic carrier, and so they got a court order that forbid her from working. And she was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I will die. I will starve to death if I can't work. So she kept working. And then they're like, oh, well, okay, that makes sense. So they just basically quarantined her, gave her a house and a stipend, and said, well, then you're just going to live here and not get anybody sick. And she spent the rest of her life insisting that she wasn't a typhus carrier. But she had to work, and she kept getting people sick, killing them.
Yep.
Not to change the topic, but just very briefly.
Go ahead.
So, I have two cats,
Mhm.
and they both have two brain cells between them, and they're both fighting for third place. So I hear round, like I'm in distress. I'm not dying, but I'm in distress. I'm like, what the heck? So I'm wandering around. It's a small apartment, one in the back bedroom, where they're not supposed to be. And I look, and I see that. Oh my God, Merlini has gotten in the garbage, what she's not supposed to do. She's got a hot dog bag stuck over her head. And I'm like, of all the cats in the universe, I get these two.
Oh my God.
The garbage everywhere, and the cat's almost dying because there's like they got in the garbage that they're not supposed to, and they're playing with plastic bags as well too.
Fucking
Or
cats and dogs. Because
I know
dogs
we
will do the
kinda
same thing.
True, dogs, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of
You'll
got.
hear yip from the other room, and
Yeah,
here
I
you
just
come
walked into the
down
kitchen to
corner.
get a drink, and Sasha was lying on the table on top of my papers and stuff, and he turned around, saw me, startled, and that knocked some stuff off the table, which scared him more.
Yeah, you were saying, Siobhan?
No, I was just said. So we kind of got sidetracked from it. How's everybody doing?
Oh, fine.
Okay, so how's my Juneteenth? I just like lost my cool against like Kirok and like Steve tries to ask away and like yell at him like, what? Yes, I fucking know that. Like you say that capitalism will always be around. What's the fucking point? I typed all caps into like Steve tries to ask away. That. To which like everyone saw and like some people are concerned for my mental health as well because of that. And yeah, probably I should not talk to Kirok anymore as well too because like he just like irritates me and like upsets me. Especially since it's like the same argument we have over and over and over again. So that was my Friday, Juneteenth, which is also marks. It's been officially 3 months since I've been laid off, and
How's the
like,
job hunt going?
to be fair, also I only apply to do the minimum requirement of applying to 3 jobs a week for like unemployment. But like I know that like if I'm serious about like getting a job, I probably should apply to a lot more. However, not this next week, but the week after, I'm going down. Me and my brothers are going to like drive down to like Oregon to like help our mother move to her into our house as well too, and like so. I kind of like I don't want to like get like a new job like right away like this week or next week and then say can I have these 3 days off as the new employee as well too. So it's kind of like I will
Right.
like yeah I will still like apply to like 3 jobs a week next week for like my requirement for unemployment as well too. It's like at least got 27 weeks for unemployment, but it's been 3 months and like so 12 weeks
So
already.
you're halfway through.
Yeah, I'm halfway through. So it's like there's still
Living
some
on a
money.
prayer.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, living on a prayer. Yeah. Still have some of the severance money, but like with so many people like Jordan Roberts, like LQ, and like others like asking for money as well too, like that is dwindling. I doubt capitalism will be around forever. Kingdoms fall eventually. That's what I say to Kirok. It's just like, but like,
Eventually, society will collapse thanks to global warming change.
yeah, there's that too. And I also always say to the Kirok, they're like, yeah, the sun won't last forever. It will fade away too. And so it's just like nothing lasts forever as well too. But his point, and Kirok's point, which others do agree with and like tell me, is that like in our lifetime, in the current lifetimes, like capitalism won't go away anytime soon. And I still hate that
I'm
fact.
thinking that's where they're wrong because
Mhm.
it's going to be in our lifetime that a massive collapse either happens
Mhm.
and we are forced to go into socialism for some way,
Mhm.
Or we
or
end up
a
in fascism.
massive collapse happens and it just goes away.
Mhm.
All of it goes
Mhm.
away. Because the massive collapse that's like on our doorstep knocking now is the environment. Like it's in a really bad state and people are not understanding it's literally going to be in our lifetimes
Yeah.
that the worst of it happens.
Mhm. Yeah. I agree.
And it could definitely be so bad that it is going to kill a society.
Mhm.
Like that's on our doorstep now. Like not another 30 years from now.
No, it's happening
It's
now, yeah.
it started.
Although I think it's more likely we end up in fascism than socialism.
With the current trend of this country, like yeah, especially with like so many people just like they think capitalism is okay, and someone said someone said and like they were not capitalists, they were like at least like progressive as well too. It seems I don't know their exact politics, but they say, well, listen, the majority of people just like don't understand what capitalism is. Because again, Kirok thinks that Jessie Gender is a capitalist because she like made a movie and profited off of it as well too, and like that's mistaking commerce for like capitalism. And also like that's like no, Jesse Jenner has to like work in the system of capitalism as well too in order to survive. So that's what we all, but that's enough to make us all capitalist well too. I'm sure Jesse Jenner is like some kind of socialist or anarchist, and yeah, but like
Jessie Gender lives under an empire. That doesn't mean she's an imperialist.
No, yeah, that's a good point. I should bring that up. Or I should say, I think Kiro would agree that like we are living in a fascist country. Does this make it all fascist? No. But like people associate like capitalism with just the society as it is, meaning the status quo. But that also tilts me too because like, but the status quo status quo under like Obama and Biden. Not saying this current status quo of like under Trump, because the current status quo under Trump is just fascism, but like the status quo under like Obama or Biden and the Democrats is neoliberal capitalism and still is terrible. Why don't people understand that? So yeah, maybe I should just stop trying to like talk to like liberals about like politics as well too, because it just upsets me like more, and I can't like walk
You know
them
what? When certain people refuse to learn, they just refuse to learn. It's time to just hang it up. Like, just don't.
Yeah.
Especially if it's just going to aggravate you.
True.
Dealing with that person who refuses to learn.
Mhm.
You know, like, is it really worth your aggravation?
Yeah, but I have also like it just like yelled at other
You
viewers
can
that came
say
to my
you
chat.
tried.
Yeah, I can say I tried, but like, hey, other viewers will come to my chat, and I'll bring up the topic politics and capitalism, because I always do. Because like they say it's just like, how are you, Jonathan? And I'm saying like I'm trying to survive on the capitalism, and then I go on a whole rant about that sort of thing too. Or like I see like Jordan Roberts is asking for money, and then go a whole on rant about that as well too, because that will affect me emotionally as well too. Or like. And so then, and that's when on my stream, not with Kirok, but like others, I start to like the conversation as well too. Sometimes they get interesting, but then like one viewer came because I was playing Grim Dawn. It's like they love Grim Dawn as well too, and then like they say we eventually got in. I bring up capitalism and bring up the politics as well too, and they say that they are like a capitalist but also a nihilist as well too. And they were homeless.
Oh wow! Tell me you're a white supremacist without telling me you're a white supremacist.
I know, right?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. But like this, here's one thing he did say that upsets me. So that because he was homeless at one time and managed to, like, not his words, but like pretty much he pulled himself up by his own bootstraps and succeed. And I said, but not many people can do that. It's like,
and no,
and
you didn't. You had parents that did that for you.
Some people are temporarily homeless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they're not going to get in there without free housing.
Yeah, I agree.
They're going to need help to get into housing.
Right.
Like,
J.K. Rowling.
But what this viewer said is that like skill issue, and it was like, and that set me off, like, because it's like, oh fuck you, you say like a skill issue, so like that's like an idea that like the people who are currently homeless, currently in poverty, they are quote unquote not trying hard enough as well too, and that is a pervasive opinion that like a lot of people have.
People like that.
Yeah, so it's just
because
like,
you're just like, you're not living in the same reality that is objectively there.
yeah.
Like, you can objectively look at reality and see.
Hello, cat.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and these people, they're not looking at the same reality. They're not living in the same reality. They think that they got things figured out, and it's like,
And that's why
better
capitalists
people
fine.
than you have thought the same way.
Yeah.
And they were wrong too.
And that's why capitalism is fine, because like one person's able to like get out of poverty and do fine and be successful for themselves, but that's not for everyone, because it's a quote unquote skill issue, and it's just like, I hate the world as well too. So maybe I should not talk politics at all when I'm gaming at all and on stream as well too. I don't know. I can't guarantee that. I will always talk politics.
Well, there's no reason to stop talking politics, Geek. It's just like, quit like driving yourself batty trying to talk to people that can't be talked to.
Yeah. I guess my problem is then I'll be bored and need like some way to stimulate myself as well too. But that's another problem altogether.
Just tell him to get kirked.
I have a suggestion if you're open to suggestions, Geek.
Sure.
Okay, because that's why I always ask first, okay? Because ask for advice is criticism, always.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's my general rule of thumb, okay, for trolls alike, okay, or for people not even intentionally doing it to troll, but are trolling nonetheless, okay?
Okay, yeah, I see your point.
So they fall into three categories, okay? One is they're just a pure out-and-out troll. I just block them.
Yeah.
Don't care. The second is, can they be reached? Then you have a conversation with them where, you know, if you're making a point, you know, I like to ask, if I show evidence for whatever it is that I'm claiming, okay, you need to be able to accept that this is evidence, okay?
Mhm.
You can't just say fake news or this or that or whatever, some other variation thereof, okay? So can they be reached? Can you have a conversation with them where you can have a mutual understanding that this is reality, this is not reality?
Mhm.
And then the
Not
third,
for evangelicals.
and then the third is pour encourager les autres, okay? Which is a French phrase for those who don't know it. It's to encourage the others. It was a belief from the French Foreign Legion, and a general or some high-ranking officer anyway was asked why he had a few commanders executed for it was either treason or cowardice in the face of the enemy, something along those lines. And he said, to encourage the others. If you're having a conversation with this person, is what you're saying to them going to be beneficial to other people?
Mm.
Don't give a damn about whether or not they agree.
Mhm.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of people who dip down into the argument section, not the comment section,
Right.
the argument section.
True.
And
Like
if you,
there's two different kinds of scrollers, and
right,
Mhm.
one of them loves to see the arguments.
like if you're having a discussion with me about I'm having a brain fart on the name of the game. Goddamn.
Oh,
Fortnite. No,
Fortnite, yeah.
Diablo's a good game. If you're having a discussion with me about Fortnite, okay,
Mm.
and I say Fortnite sucks and this, that, and whatever, and I don't really give anything other than my opinion,
Right.
if there's someone else, say Joey, who's listening to this conversation, and they maybe ask a few questions where you know that at least they're open to it,
Mhm.
it might be worth your while to continue having that conversation with me, because you're not making the points towards me, you're making the points towards them.
Yeah, exactly. I see your point there. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, they
Oop, did my internet freeze?
Now, I will say this. I play a lot of Fortnite. Fortnite does suck, but I have, like, there's many criticisms that have. It's mostly Epic Games, and Tim Sweeney just sucks a lot. And also, I just remembered this, like, to be mentioned about, like, Epic Games and Tim Sweeney sucks, and Tim Sweeney likes to suck up to, like, Elon Musk and the defend Grok in the worst ways possible. And it's like, no, the European Union's not trying to ban Twitter because, like, political opponents. No, there was legitimate reasons that they want to ban Grok because of, like, what the Grok was producing that was against the law. Clearly, anyway, you suck. But Epic Games have come out and admitted that they use AI when creating their art as well too. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, so like that, like Sasquatch that I found in like that one POI in like Chapter 7 Season 1 with 9 toes as well too. Yeah. And so if the people want like hate like Fortnite for many reasons, I will give you a list of reasons why not to play Fortnite. And like my unhealthy relationship with Fortnite is one thing, not only because of the money I spend, because of also how I act as I play Fortnite as well too.
I mean, I've been playing MMORPGs, which is my favorite type of game, and ARPGs for over 20 years. Okay, and there's a lot of problems with the game concepts themselves. Not even individual games.
True.
Just like the grind and the this and that and whatever. And anybody who's ever played RPG knows what I'm talking about. Grind. You know, here's your quest. Okay, Joey, you got to go out and get 14 sunflowers. And then once you get those 14 sunflowers, you got to come back and you got to get 12 weasel heads. And then once you come back from that, you got to go into a major boss fight, and hopefully that boss will drop the charm that you need to turn it into 1/4 part of a sword.
This is why I stopped playing Monster Hunter, because like the grind was relentless with the old Monster Hunter games. I'll probably try the new Monster Hunter games well too, but it's just like, oh, I only got this one piece of like that I need 4 or 5 more other of this piece of this like thing from this monster I just killed, and like in order to complete the next armor set as well too. I spent 50 minutes trying to kill that like monster as well too. This is gonna be a hell of a grind.
Don't look at me. I miss my Wii.
I tried Monster Hunter. Visually, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Same for not. I have played Lost Ark, but Fantasy Star Online 2.
Oh,
Okay,
that sounds interesting to me.
beautiful. It's a great game.
Mhm.
But
Isn't there supposed to be something out that is like a Wii again that Nintendo makes?
Well, they made the Switch 2 already,
Yeah.
but like as in a Wii, but like a Wii with classic games, like how they had the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic. I don't know about that. I have to like look into that. They did just do their
Because
Nintendo
I kind
Direct.
of miss those
Yeah,
Olympics
back.
that I used to be able to play.
yeah,
I absolutely detest 8-bit games.
yeah.
16-bit games. I hate them with a passion. When they came around and they were, quote unquote new and whoever, I played them because it's always had, and they were fun.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
people are like, oh, you should try this Stardew Valley. Okay,
Mhm.
I watch people who play the game because I like watching people have fun. Just like I
played.
like when he plays Fortnite. I like when people have fun, but you won't catch me dead playing either one of them.
That's fair. It's the graphics in like pixelated games that like are not for everyone as well too, and that's totally fine as well too. The Stardew Valley, you can be gay in Stardew Valley, so that's one of the reasons why I like Stardew Valley as well, and play for like a Pride Month too, because I get to be lesbian farmers in like Stardew Valley as well too. What? Oh yeah, actually, definitive enough like a game I just started playing called like Wuthering Waves as well too. It's a open world action RPG ish like game as well too. It's a gotcha game though, because like it's a game with beautiful anime women as well too. So like yeah, that's one target of the audience as well too. But it's just like, my God, there's so much to do. And it's a free to play game, but like with full of microtransactions, of course. So it's just like, oh God, it's just like, wait a minute, you give me all these things because all I did is like walk 5 feet, and oh look, you completed the quest. So click here to like claim this like little star thing as well too, and then there you got this credit, and you got this token, and you got this like there's I've put in a couple of hours like it did. Oh, but one thing that at least Wuthering Waves has done, they'll when I go to the start menu and you look at the map and I see like a scrolling message that says, "You've been playing this game for 3 hours. Consider taking a break."
No.
Okay, game, you at least do that. You at least mention that, like, maybe I should take a break. Fortnite does not do that. Marvel Rivals does not do that as well, too. But this game at least does.
I have my game prior to Diablo 4. I've been playing it for almost a year, pretty steadily. My game prior to that was ESO. And when I say it's my game, I mean I have just a hair under 7,000 hours in that game. I've been playing it for 7, 8 years, whatever it was. But what I liked about it, it's Elder Scrolls Online. It's basically Skyrim, but online, and it's an MMORPG. Okay. But what I really liked about it was not only the expanded classes, et cetera, and it's an MMORPG, but, for example, there are trans characters, NPCs, but there are trans characters in the game. There are lesbian couples and gay couples in the game, and it's not a huge deal. They don't make a big deal out of it, like, oh my God, we're for Pride, we're celebrating this couple's marriage or whatever. It's just part of the storyline. It's just normal. It's just natural. And I love that for the game. And there's a lot of queer guilds in that game too. I plan on getting back into it.
Well, I think that's the way it ought to be for any game. I think you should be able to pick a totally androgynous character if you wanna.
I've literally.
And I think that you should be able to do a big, broad spectrum of different body types and like fashions, and like I think that part of it, making your personal avatar, should be a fun thing.
I've literally
Not
seen
something that confines you or feels confining.
the druid class for Diablo 4. Okay, each class has a body type. You have masculine and feminine, but other than that, you have a body type. You can change, like, any slider bars, for example, to change the size of the women's boobs, or to change their belly size, or to change the man's shoulders, or whatever. You don't have any of that. Okay, so whatever the body size is for the class, that's it. You can do skin, tattoos, colors of the skin, colors of the eye, the hairstyles, whatever. Okay. But I've seen more than one guy complain because the druid character, they love the druid character, okay, but they want to play a female druid, but they don't like the female druid because she's fat and stocky. And she's not somebody I like to watch. Go spank your porn to somewhere else, okay? I don't like the class because I've tried it many, many times, and I don't like the class just because of the class mechanics. But yeah, I just think it's kind of ironic and hilarious that that's they openly say that that's their major complaint.
And they don't really mean what they say either, because if she's thin, she needs to somehow magically have big boobs.
Right. Well, but I mean, our society is built like that to begin with. You look at what a lot of companies, there are a few companies that don't. Torrid is one. But look at a lot of companies that cater to women's clothing, femme clothing, that think that plus size is big boobs and big ass and small waist. No. A lot of us have bellies,
I just came back. What do we do not have? I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Oh,
We have a shitty society that only values Barbie dolls.
Right.
Oh, which Barbie dolls? That's the most important question,
The white
honestly.
ones.
Yes.
Oh, clearly, obviously.
Obviously,
also, I have a meme. I saved it. I saw it a long time ago. It is, I think, 7 pairs of jeans. Okay, quote unquote women's jeans. They are all physically different sizes. They're laid so that it's the jean is folded so it's like a square. Okay, and then one is laid on top of the other, but they're laid like in size, biggest to smallest or whatever. Okay, they're all literally the same size 14.
Are they all the same brand or are they different brands?
They're different brands and whatever.
And
but
that's why, because the sizes are arbitrary.
I've heard this said before that they don't want, a manufacturer doesn't want to put, instead of size 14, 24 inches or whatever, 24 or 36 or whatever, like what a man's does, because women don't want, they'd rather see that 18 than a 42.
Weirdly enough, like you mentioned Fortnite. The reason why Fortnite's on Chapter 7, Season 3, because they don't want it to be named like Season 41. They don't want to acknowledge there's been 41 seasons of Fortnite as well, too. Because then gamers would have existential crisis like, Fortnite is over 9 years old, and then just like have the sense of dread is just like, and then think of like what I've been doing my life, like grinding Fortnite as well too. There's all like, yeah, they just like, but that's also why it's like instead of $10, it's $9.99 because it looks smaller when you're leaving left to right. Oh, that's not 4 digits, that's only 3 digits.
Right, exactly. Instead of $5, it's $4.99.
Mm-hmm.
Although originally that started as a way to force the guy working the till to actually open the till so that he couldn't just pocket the money.
No, I can see that too.
Fuck capitalism.
Yeah, fuck capitalism, honestly.
Jesus.
And I guess I don't know how to like keep my cool whenever I like talk to people that defend the system as well too. But that's me problem. I'll have to work it out.
Well, when a system is actively killing people,
yeah.
How are you supposed to keep your cool when you know what's going on? Like that's just it. These are people who don't
care.
They're not aware of what's going on. They're like, no.
They don't care because it doesn't affect them.
That's what people literally said. They like one viewer says like, "Well, I don't care about the changes that you make to society as long as it doesn't affect me." It's just like, oh, that's a problem. That's why, for example, and this is something that Robert Evans stuff like it can happen here and Behind the Bastards that bring up about the Democrats. The reason why the Democrats have always been terrible in immigration is well too, because they will never lose votes on like being hardline in immigration, being like to the further right of like George W. Bush on immigration as well too, because the majority of Americans, like the middle class, the white suburbanites, they live in the white suburbans. They never met an immigrant before as well too, or barely talked to them regularly as well too, so they don't know how hard it is. So
Harris's first or second, one or the other, but I think it was her first campaign commercial for in 2024 was bragging about how she was going to be tougher on the border than Trump.
Yep, she literally said to Guatemalan like refugees, "Don't come."
Yep. I was about to bring that up.
Is in like, but like it's because like. And like someone that said to me, like King 20 says that like once like the middle class like thought that like no, gay people are cool, they should have rights as everyone else will too. That's when like gay marriage finally came to be as well too, because like everyone had a gay uncle, and the middle class said, listen, gay people should deserve to have rights. But if the middle class doesn't care about the immigrants as well too in this country,
that's
then
because every queer person, more or less, has straight parents.
yeah, there's that too.
So
but
every
like,
family has queer people in it. Not every family has immigrant people in it.
exactly.
Black people.
Yeah, which is why the middle class is not going to care about like immigration, and like they're pro being to the left on immigration, or for open borders, or for like ease, or for immigration reform, or good immigration reform. I should say that they'll
manifest destiny and
Oh,
having
yes.
raised your kids to believe that they deserved a country that they actually fucking stole and invaded.
Yep.
Like, you need to bring that up so that little kids are finally getting.
Why are you trying to teach people to hate America? America's good. America was
Like,
given to us by God.
And
God
then,
wants us. Jesus land.
when you bring up, they'll say, well, it's good because, and it's right, so to speak. Basically, might makes right. It's right because for them. And I respond, so if Mexicans or Guatemalans or whoever conquer the United States, and you had no problem with that either, right? Oh, no, then there's a big problem there,
So if they come in with guns.
No, they come in with melanin.
Exactly.
That reminds me of this.
And
like
I'm
one...
sitting over here going, at least they'd be my southern cousins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if the Mexicans invaded, they're family to me.
Yeah.
And McCarthy's pub, Irish pub, which is has a page on Facebook, you should go follow them. They detest Trump. They're anti-fascist. But they've mentioned that before about how it really annoys them, irritates them, pisses them off that you have a lot of the people in America who are of Irish descent who are racist as fuck. And like, you realize that when you came over here, you're this. Well, Irish people are slaves too. No, they weren't.
Not even a little bit.
They weren't.
I just groan whenever I hear it, and it's always a white person said white people were enslaved like 1,000 years ago before as well too. It's like you're trying to mitigate the like actual like history of enslaved people in like the United States of America and around the world as well too by saying that it's also happened to white people. It's like, oh god, it's just like the old lives matter argument is like that, and it's just like, oh please you shut up. This was also a person that like said that like the Nazis were socialists to me, and so it's like, I don't want to talk to you about politics ever. That person I know not to talk about politics ever as well too, and it's like we can be cool.
The whole MAGA movement, the whole "Make America Great Again" is perfectly exemplified by that meme that's on the screen. People with 50s nostalgia and everybody else.
Yep.
Republicans want to look back toward a never actually existed utopia where men were men and women were women and sheep ran like hell.
Yeah, and it never actually existed. Like,
and
Geek and I once upon a time went through Umberto Eco's 14 defining traits of fascism and said, hey, look at that, the Republicans have all of them, and one of those is glorifying a non-existent past.
When they point out a specific time frame, it's usually in the 50s.
Yep.
Yeah.
When your minimum wage was good enough for your whole family
Yep.
You could
It was right
afford
after
for a parent to stay at home. You could afford for the tuition for all of those kids. Like the minimum wage was really, really good.
Yep. In the immediate aftermath of the explosion of the U.S. empire, that wealth did trickle down for precisely 15 years. Then
To
Kennedy started
white
walking
people.
it back. Yes, just to white people. Yes.
I remember seeing a meme quite a while ago, and I think somebody actually talked about it on there, talking about Twitter, which I will never call it anything but. They said that somebody complained because Twitter tried, this is before Lone Scum took it over, Twitter tried blocking Nazis. And a lot of Republicans got locked out of their accounts.
Oh dear. Well,
What a coincidence.
yeah, we've been saying.
Gee, if the tools were used to like block Nazis from posting on Twitter as well too, also happen to block like the Republican like politicians as well too, not all but a lot. And it's like I wonder if there's that sense that they have the Republican politicians that they don't like to admit to.
Exactly.
See, which party has elected someone who was talking about Jewish space lasers?
I know, right?
And yet like some people, not a lot of people, because like many people just like didn't buy it as well too. Some people, oh look, Marjorie Taylor Greene is like now becoming one of us because she is seeing what's wrong with like Trump. It's like no, like
she's turning against the guy who turned against her. That's all.
yes,
Right.
exactly.
Fascists fall to infighting all the time.
The
Night of Long Knives came before World War II. The Nazis were still around for World War II.
And if it behooves them in some way, financially, politically, whatever, they'll completely switch back around.
Oh, yeah.
Look at J.D. Vance, couch fucker extraordinaire. Literally, during the campaign season, called Trump America's Hitler.
Or Ted Cruz. No, Rafael Cruz. That's his real name, Rafael Cruz, not Ted.
Right.
He would like he would never work with like Trump ever. He's just like because like Trump said no, nasty things about his like wife or something like that. It's well too.
Yeah, we should totally dead name Ted Cruz.
Yeah, he called his wife a dog or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it's that like, and then like Ted Cruz, then like were answering phone calls for like Donald Trump to get people out to vote on the general election. Marco Rubio like it had some like hated Trump because of like what Trump said to about Marco Rubio and something like that, and now he works for his administration. And it's just
then
like
Trump and Elon Musk had a falling out during the whole Doge thing.
yeah.
And Musk tried to attack Trump and realized that he couldn't win that one, so then he went back and kissed the ring.
Yeah.
You can say what you want about Musk's power, and don't get me wrong, he has a lot of power.
Yeah.
You can say what you want about Musk's power or whatever, but if collectively the GOP decided that he didn't, he's fucked. Because they can block accounts, they can do all kinds of shit to him, and he can't do jack diddly squat. At least initially.
He'll stop buying his stupid fucking trucks.
You're a human being.
What's that, Joey?
I said he's a weak and pathetic excuse for a human being.
Yeah, very much so. I love the conspiracy theory. Joey and I were talking a couple days ago about different conspiracy theories. This is one of my favorites. I love the conspiracy theory that says, because, Elon Musk had a bunch of kids, okay, by different baby mamas.
Yep.
And made sure
They were boys.
that the gender, sex, whatever you want to call it, whatever he wants to call it, of the child was a boy. And then Vivian came along, okay, and the reason he's also so mad at her is because she's the one destined to kill him.
No man of woman born can kill Elon Musk.
I've said this before. If I could, I got to figure out how to say this in a YouTube appropriate manner.
Who cares? We're not gonna. We don't.
We're
not.
past the 30 seconds in.
If I could remove the problems in society by pushing, but remember that book? I think the movie was called Death Note or something like that, where you read somebody's book. Okay, if I could do something like that and write down, say, 5,000 names, and had to write my own name at the end, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Do you have to write their name, or could you write a description like fascists?
I know, right?
That's
I mean, you would
Because
eliminate
I'd
like a
to
good
kinda,
chunk of
like,
humanity, but it would be quick and
actually
easy.
a better idea.
With a
Fascist,
bunch of them.
bigot, racist,
White supremacist.
colonizer.
misogynist, et cetera, et cetera. All the isms and isms. Yeah.
Well, I think in that case, you're going to wipe out so much of humanity, you'll basically have wiped out humanity.
Most of them.
I don't know. I think a lot of, well, first of all, you're going to have a lot of young people, babies walking around. So that might,
But they don't know how to farm.
instead of doing that, how about we do this? All of them suddenly have very, very, I don't want to say, when I say light, I don't mean like sky blue, but like a very blue skin instantaneously.
I'm blue, dabba dee, dabba die, dabba dee. No, I shouldn't sing. Oh yeah, like when you were mentioning about the time that the fictitious past that like the conservatives like cling to when men were men and women were women, I think of the line from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And blue furry creatures from Alpha Centauri were real blue furry creatures from Alpha Centauri.
There you go.
Because I'm a nerd. And also, like in like a couple of weeks, I will be 42. The answer to life.
Oh my God, you're old.
Yes, I am old.
But you'll be the answer to everything.
Yes.
10 presidential elections.
That's right. You just have to be 35.
It's time to run for office, geek.
Yes, this godless Atticus is going to run for office.
When I graduated high school, there were no home computers. None. When I graduated high school, phones were still hooked by a cord to the wall.
There were home computers, but my parents did not have one.
The big we had video games. Okay, we actually had a home video game. You know what it was?
Atari.
Close. Pong.
ColecoVision? Pong.
You had to hook it up to the people listening to this who are younger than 50 are like, what? We had to hook it up to the back of the TV with the cord, with electrical cord. Okay, it had bare wires. Hook it up to the antenna screws on the back of your TV. I'll have to look at it. Okay. Turn it to channel 3, and there was no save.
Yep.
That was it.
Well, I
And
mean, there's nothing to save when it comes to Pong.
My brother Mark, my sister Angie, and I used to argue all over that to whoever turn it was.
Oh yeah.
We had Atari, and it was my cousin Clayton.
Yeah.
His little short story, a little aside on his history, was that his mom was full-blooded Lakota. Clayton was full-blooded Lakota. But Clayton's mom had later married a Mexican man. And together they built a new family. And so there was a bunch of basically illegal immigrants that were living in Clayton's house. And there was only one TV and one video game system. And Clayton had it. And so we'd go over there and stand at the end of the street and scream, "La migra, la migra." And his family, half of his family would beeline it out the house. Like grandma wouldn't. She just stayed put. She would be like, "I'm not running from anybody. If they take me away, they're going to take me away." And his mom obviously didn't run. And she didn't know how to handle Clayton and me and my brother doing this. She thought it was rotten, but she also understood because it was the only way we were going to get to play the video game system.
I remember talking about teacher's pets. For whatever reason, I don't know why, the phrase teacher's pet popped up. And I was in high school. The teacher's pet was in typing class because we had that. And the regular peons like me used the manuals, and then the teachers' pets got to use the selectrics or the electric typewriters. Ooh,
Oh,
fancy.
yeah. I have typed on a typewriter before.
Me
I did it for fun though, because my family just like randomly received this both too, and it worked great. So for me, it was just the novelty of this like really old piece of technology that I don't have to use ever again.
My mom had an electric typewriter that had a memory card in it
Mm.
because she typed so fast that it had to have a memory in order to keep up with how fast she was typing.
Mm.
My mother could type over 120 words a minute.
Damn.
Nice.
Before I
It was
started
so
the nerve
fucking
damage in my
fast.
hand, I was able to do about 60, which I thought was fast enough. Yeah, I remember in 1987.
Mhm.
No, excuse me, 86 and 87, in a very small town that I lived in at the time in Michigan. I was working during the daytime and didn't have any clue even at that point. I liked to read, but didn't have any clue that I liked to write. And so I thought, I'm going to go take some night classes at the local school, which are free just for the hell of it, for something to do. And I took a class called Modern Literature and Creative Writing, and I didn't have any interest in writing at that time. But I found out that I loved to write. But the reason I took the class was because I figured it had books I hadn't read yet. But in that same time span, one of the math teachers, and I got to be fairly good friends because I was an older student, and he had not the first, but one of the first car CD players. Okay.
Oh.
Recording of the 1812 Overture, and a warning on the label not to play it at the first time at full volume because it would blow your speakers because it was that clear.
Mhm.
See, going back to the typewriters. After college, but before grad school, my dad spent a little time teaching high school in Boston.
Mhm.
This was, yep, in Boston. And this was, this would have been, 20, this was the mid 60s. And it was at a Catholic high school. And they had a typewriters, they had a classroom full of typewriters, they taught typing. And one time, somebody broke in and stole all the typewriters. So
Those were heavy too.
yeah. And they would have been expensive. It would have been good money. And so the priest in charge of the school, he went to the local mob guy, and he explained the situation, and the guy said, "Wow, that's very terrible. That's very terrible. I'm afraid that I don't know who would have done such a thing. That's awful. But I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do." And a few days later, a truck backed up to the school full of the stolen typewriters. Because, say what you will about the mafia, they are deeply religious.
Yeah,
You don't fuck with the church.
Yeah, that makes sense, honestly.
Shades of, what was that movie? Oh, Shades of, I can't think of the name of the movie now.
But,
Daryl, the guy from Walking Dead, plays in it.
Oh,
Boondock
Saints?
Yes, and Boondock Saints too.
Oh, yeah.
Those movies are such a
I
problem.
ain't shoot 'em like popcorn films, but I love them.
Yeah. Good
And then with
action,
Billy
honestly.
Connolly pretending, because Americans don't know the difference, pretending Irish when he's actually
Yeah.
He wanted to be on that movie just because he'd never otherwise had the opportunity to play a character like that.
Yeah, exactly.
and he did a great job. And
Oh, yeah, yes, he did.
I don't know if he's still alive. He
was
he
pretty old. That was like 30 years ago.
because he had
He
Parkinson's.
is, but he's not making any appearances anymore.
Right,
He's
right.
got Parkinson's.
Right.
That makes sense.
It's like those families, the Irish, the Italians, for a little while there in Boston or New York, some families, one kid grows up to be a priest, one grows up to be a cop, one grows up to join the mob.
Right.
And the girls get married.
And when you talk about send the boyos with their sports equipment, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite, actually, it's an Irish hip hop band, and one of the guys wears a mask, which is the ski mask type thing, okay, but it's the flag of. What's that?
Balaclava.
Yeah, balaclava, but it's the pattern on the mask is the flag of Ireland,
Mhm.
and the band is called Kneecap. Gee, I wonder why.
What could they possibly be referencing?
Is anybody doing anything for Pride?
Other than like, just like
Wish.
it's. I mean, like
That would require leaving the house.
that's one thing. I'm allergic to grass, and which is indigenous to everywhere. And it's
Oh
like, and
wow.
I've been to Pride to Seattle
You should move to
before.
Arizona.
But then I burned in the sun too, and so like I should know, like that's why I don't like
You
leaving the
should
house.
move to northern Canada.
I have a friend
uh,
who plays Diablo who loves Vancouver. That's where he lives.
That's
I
not
mean,
northern
Vancouver.
Canada.
Vancouver's just like Seattle, but the Canadian versus Seattle, honestly.
Right.
But like, but like for Pride specifically, I have like streamed a bit of like Stardew Valley because you can be lesbian farmers on the Stardew Valley. But also like played some very queer coded, like very queer developed like games like Inkenfell, which is like, and here's how I describe it. It's like, well, someone described it as like Owl House but a tactical RPG, and like it's tactical in that like in the combat system there's like tiles you move around. It's like not like a tactical RPG like Final Fantasy Tactics in that way, but like all the characters in Nickville, none of them are cis or het as well too. All of them are queer in some way, shape, or form. A lot of lesbians in there as well too. And like, and also speaking of another game with a lot of lesbians in it, I've like, but unfortunately, here's the thing: for Twitch, YouTube and Kick is fine, but for Twitch, you can say gay and queer in your titles, but you can't say very gay or very queer because the AI moderation system that Twitch uses thinks I'm saying that in a negative way. I, yes, yeah, exactly. But here's another thing. Okay,
Funny because I follow a lot of trans channels on Twitch, and they say
yeah,
trans.
yeah. But like, I don't think you can say. I'm not
Oh,
sure
wait,
how I
wait,
could
you're
say.
right. You're right.
Can't say
Just,
very
it's not in
queer.
the title. It's
Yes,
in the
it's not.
description of the channel, not the title. You're right.
But it's also in my stream titles. I could not say very gay or very queer. I can say gay and queer, but not very gay and very queer. But also, so one very lesbian game I have been playing and will continue to play at some point. Super lesbian animals RPG. They're all furries, they're all animals, and a lot of lesbians. They count the number of kisses that happens because, like, in your party, the first two characters, they're actually like love each other. They're in love with each other. They've been in a relationship for years. They can kiss each other, and like by doing that, they buff the other character by kissing them as well too. But so the name of the game is Super Lesbian Animal RPG. That's a category of that exists on Twitch. You can play and stream to the Super Lesbian Animal RPG category, but I can't say super lesbian in the Twitch title. I can say lesbian. I can't
So
say
you
super
just do the
lesbian.
typical abbreviation, Slurpka.
Right. I'll tell you the perfect game for lesbians.
Mhm.
I love the game. And also at the same time, 13-year-old boys, okay, was called Scarlet Blade.
Oh, okay.
You played a character. You could customize the character a little bit, but it was almost like it was an MMORPG, but you had like,
Yeah.
this is your character class, that's your character class, or whatever. And that determined a lot of what your character looked like. Of course, big buttage, big boobage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they had one male character in the entire game. It was the only male character you could play. Very flaming gay, more than RuPaul and Richard Simmons put together. Flaming gay, okay. And a lot of the scenes were, well, they were not like as descriptive as you might get in Elder Scrolls Online or what's the other game? Anyway, anything like that. It was pretty patently obvious what it was about. And I actually liked the game because it wasn't like, it was a fantasy / sci-fi game. So it wasn't like, oh lordy, here's another orc and here's another dragon, another whatever. They made up all brand new creatures for the game, different abilities and whatever. It was actually a really fun game. And it lasted like 3-4 years, whatever, and then the company went defunct. Super Lesbian Animal RPG on Steam.
I hate
I got
that
to look that up.
when somebody like when a game like interests you and you think, oh, I'm going to see what else the company does, and then the company goes defunct right away, and you're like left sitting there going, okay, so who were the creative artists? Because I kind of like to follow them,
Right.
I guess.
Two of my
You know
favorite
what I
games
mean?
is well, actually, the biggest one, two are Seven Core, which was fantasy slash sci-fi, and then City of Steam was a steampunk. It was one of the first games where everybody, all character classes, had that class's version of a BFG, and then also had two one hand weapons. And so, like I loved. I always like ranged characters, especially gunners. As much as I don't like playing Destiny 2 or Frontline, Fortnite or whatever, if I have the option, I'll always play a gunner in an ARPG or an MMORPG. And you had two little Uzis that looked sort of like a cross between a Uzi and the
AK.
from the 20s, the Tommy gun,
Mm.
but with like pipes and steam coming out of it and whatever, and then the other one was Seven Core, because one of their mounts that you could get in the game, you didn't have to pay money for it, you just had to quest for it, was a flying motorcycle, which I thought was awesome. And now most of the games are either clones of World of Warcraft and Diablo, or from what I've seen, a lot of them. I mean, you have a few sort of different ones like Lost Ark, and then you have all the survival games. The only survival game I played so far that I like is Nightingale. That's a good one.
We're about like 8 minutes before like we have to like end the show. It's too. So looks like form any if you have any final thoughts to like to end the show on and like send people off with too, something positive or something like that, or the call to action, or even like a affirming statement of some kind as well too. Think of it now or forever hold your peace. Otherwise we can just like go through the spiel of like, hey, where can you find us, what we have to promote if we have to promote something.
Give a shout out to a content creator you like. One of my absolute favorites, her name on almost all of her platforms is Anki Cosplay, all one word. She's a cosplayer, she's an author, she's a teacher. She also works. She has helped run different conventions. She does all sorts of cosplay, from Tia Dalma of Brain Fart, Pirates of the Caribbean, to Edward Scissorhands, to anime characters that I have no idea who they are, but I know that they're good because she's good.
You know what? Just like follow my friends like Lincoln and Echo. They like stream on Twitch. Lincoln does have a YouTube channel, so I'll pop up their YouTube channel into the chat as well too. Make sure it's the yes, it's the current like YouTube channel as well too. There's like an old YouTube channel that they still have that's still up there as well too, but like that's the current YouTube channel. But also let me get like their spouse Echo Twitch channel up. She only does Twitch and like does gaming occasionally as well too. But like their schedules of streaming is infrequent because they're both disabled, both suffer from chronic pain and chronic issues, chronic fatigue, and that sort of thing too. And so yeah, it's like they would love to stream a lot more. But they're also the friends that I constantly like ask people to give them money to, like on my socials and stuff like that. So only if you have like spare money and I can easily like give it up and like share to like others will too. I gave them money today just because like they need money to raise money for bills and like other things like that and food. But like today they need feel good brain chemicals somehow, something like that. So I gave them that money so that they can like either get junk food, comfort food, whatever it is, energy drinks, whatever they need to like have feel good brain and chemicals as well too. So like yeah, but like the YouTube channel and the Twitch channel is just like also excellent way to support them as well too. Watch their videos or watch them when they stream as well too. Like, and their streams are improvement. So those are the content creators I will shout out for now. Joey, do you have any like content creators you want to shout out? It's okay if you don't have any.
Besides Schwan,
It's so dumb. You can
like, I don't actually branch out. I haven't in a long time done a lot of listening to streaming or anything like that. So I don't have
That's
any
fair.
shout outs that I know of who are content creators, except maybe don't forget about there are tons of leftists all over social media. And when I say leftists, I mean far leftists.
Not Democrats.
Not Democrats.
Not liberals or progressive.
Not even progressives.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about actual leftists. There are communists out there.
Mhm.
They're trying to make it. They're trying to get more mutual aid going. There's lots of things that you
check
can
out Lady
do.
Isdahir on YouTube.
Like,
Don't remember how to spell it.
What?
She's a Muslim socialist. Lady Isdahir.
Lady is dear.
Because I gave Linnequin a follow, by the way, Geek.
Hmm?
I gave Linnequin a follow.
No, okay, nice, thank you.
Lady, spell that, please.
I don't know how to spell it. I'd have to go on YouTube, and that would.
Lady
maybe
is
Comrade
dear, you
Bert-
said, like-
Isdahir, Istahar. I follow her
well,
on various YouTube channels. Let's see. Actually, maybe. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Yeah, like they
Are you
pick
gonna
up
put the link in the?
Let's see if she's on the front page here.
That's dear furries, so that's probably not it. It could be, but
Yes. Now, if you're watching like the actual like streams, just Alchemy, we are seeing like we're going to see what kind of like things that like John
Lady
Bruckman is subscribed to. Oh, there's me.
Isdahar. There we go. That should be her. Yep. Izdihar.
Okay, I'm gonna tap it in the chat.
Well, I mean, they're seeing it on the screen right now because.
there we go.
Yeah.
Isdahar. Or Isdahir.
It's Isdahar. She's shown up on a couple of podcasts I listen to also. The Deprogram, a couple of 3 communists, one an American, one a Slav of some kind, and one an Iraqi doctor.
Years ago, had a bit about World Cup and Lenin.
Yep.
Cool.
She's a commie. She talks about history.
Nice.
I gave her a sub. Geek.
I already went. I mentioned like my friends like Liquid Ness and Narco.
Oh, I've thought of one.
Mhm.
Comrade Bert Gummer.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
Sounds like a redneck.
Yes. I guess you could say that. Definitely ally.
Well, I mean, my second page on Facebook is the Church of Redneckia, and I'm the holy harlot, and a redneck. So, that's not an automatic disqualifier.
All right. So, Siobhan and Connor, where can people find like you on the internet?
Okay, thehouseofconnor.com.
Mhm.
I am on Facebook in 3 accounts. Siobhan Maeve, all one word. O'Connor. In fact, I'm going to put how to spell that in the chat because y'all ain't going to get it. Okay.
Not with the language of like Welda.
Guelga, yes.
Zelda?
No, because like Gaelic's the culture, the ethnicity, but Welda is the language.
Okay, so
Sort of
Siobhan,
like in the U.S., our language is English, but our culture is white supremacist fascism.
Yes.
Exactly. Then I have an author's page called Siobhan O'Connor Author. And then I have a political activist page where I'm trying to move most of that type of stuff to that page. I have 312 followers or something like that already on there, called the Church of Redneckia, and my character on there is the Holy Harlot of the Church of Redneckia because I am also a sex worker.
Sex workers work.
If you want some really mouthy stuff on there, go there. Because believe me, whatever I have to suck up to the Facebook standards. But other than that, I'm a mouthy bitch.
Is the fact okay? It's like my mind went in certain directions when you said like I'm a sex worker, and it's like if you want some mouthy stuff, it's like well, my mind is going directly in certain places as well too.
Oh, my mouth's been in a lot of places, so I'm just.
So after that, Joey, what do you have to promote?
Just me, Joey Tachta Rushde on Facebook.
Patreon.
Oh yeah, my Patreon. Joey
Ask Joey questions.
Yeah, that's it.
I
haven't
will
been
go.
tending my Blue Sky, so I can't even remember what I am on Blue Sky right now.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like Blue Sky is weird. It's kind of like I guess like Twitter before was bad, which was like
when
when
I'm
is
on
that?
MeWe either.
Yep.
I know I'm on MeWe, but I can't remember that either.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just made an account on MeWe. Yeah, I'm on Blue Sky, and it is. There are problems with any social media, but it's
True.
very Twitter-like and far better than Twitter.
It's far better than the
It's not
current
run
Twitter.
by a
Yes.
Nazi.
Yes.
Right, and I always because I've tagged like the teams that the official teams that run Blue Sky with this is my idea. Okay, so right now there's like 35 million people on Blue Sky. Okay, I got in when it was invitation only.
Yeah.
If
Same here.
if you had 10 million, or excuse me, 10 million, if you had 3 million people, just 10% of that, less than 10% of that, okay, that were willing to pay $10 or $20 a month, I would pay $20 a month, okay, that would be $30 million a month additional profit. You would have to, hire a little bit more people and, some infrastructure and whatever, but you would have a profit of anywhere from 10 to $15 million a month. I just don't get why they, this is a capitalist company. I just don't get why they don't do that. It's just
Oh God, Blue Sky being country soon. That'll be interesting as well too.
I visit there to see whether I can move or not, but
Yeah.
hey, born in America, heart in Ireland.
Yeah. So
Write me in. Vote for me. I'm going to nationalize one of the fucking providers because I'm tired of this bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Or just like vote for like Vermin Supreme, where he will give away free ponies to everyone.
Yeah.
But even when people ask him, "Oh, how are you going to pay for it?" and he will respond with, "What do you understand by the word free?"
And would have been, by maybe not bombing brown countries.
Oh yeah, there's that. Well, definitely Vermin Supreme is
kill
for that
Elon
as well,
Musk and
too.
take all his stuff.
And lifting the Social Security cap on income so that Elon Musk or whoever in this country pays the exact same amount of Social Security taxes that I do.
Yeah, exactly. But like, well, about me, the ideas of like I have to what to fix in the country as well too. Well, just get rid of the United States of America, just like land back and give it all to the indigenous people. That would be my first step as well too. I know.
And everybody, remember Cuba in your thoughts.
Yeah,
They're
like
being forced to do things that they didn't want to do in order to save their people.
Yep, because like the
Sucks ass.
yeah, because like we have constantly embargoed Cuba. We have like stricken them off the like economically for so long because they were on the wrong side of the
Remember,
Cold War
communism is destined to fail. That's why we have to make them fail.
Right.
Yeah, and like the recent things with Venezuela, hands off fucking Venezuela, come on. But like we've like prevented Venezuela oil from getting into Cuba, and that's why Cuba is suffering now.
I haven't heard about what they've done with the president of Venezuela lately.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't actually said what they've done with the president of Venezuela.
All I know is that they committed a war crime and kidnapped him.
Yep, exactly. That's why last I heard, and they have him on.
But they do that all the time. ICE does that a lot. So
yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I am Summering Geek. Summering Geek on all the places like Blue Sky, Tumblr, Twitter, Threads, Mastodon, Tumblr. No, I already said Tumblr. YouTube, Kick, and Twitch, and I'm going to be like streaming some Marvel Rivals, but I will be like more relaxed as I trade Marvel Rivals because I got the gold in ranked, and so okay, I got the skins for the season, so I don't care. I was just like, if I play play bad, I play bad. I just care if like my game's lagging or not, because like if I can't see that the Psylocke is ulting in Splatoon, no wonder when I gambit ult, I just died instantly. Anyway, if I yell and scream, I also play Marvel. Hopefully, it'll be just about that, the game lagging and like being like a bitch, instead of like me sucking at it as well too. But like today's stream is going to be interesting because I'm also going to be cooking a ham for dinner tonight as well too. So it's like there'll be times I'll be in and out of the streams and not streaming as well too. But like anyway, John Breckman, what do you have promotes and anything like that?
Dungeons and Debacles. We're not going to be playing today though. Kevin couldn't play. Don't know why he didn't say. Just said that he wasn't available.
It's probably his Father's Day, so maybe it's that as well too.
All right.
Other people have families and they actually enjoy having time together, spending time together.
Well, that's a stupid thing to do.
I could have brought up a topic of what would like make a good Father's Day like movie as well too, but we're going to discuss that next time as well too. Anyway, charity links up page. Don't forget charity links up page, and like don't forget to practice self-care. Just like take care of yourself as best you can.
Stay safe.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
Have a good
Bye bye.